welcome to Wellness Wednesday of Grad Week. My name is Megan Tackett. I'm an instructor in the HHP and HPAS department, and I'm here to talk about the dimensions of wellness and apply that to real life as a student and also outside of being a student when you graduate. So, we might have heard of the dimensions of wellness before, or maybe not. So I'm going to quickly run through a few of the dimensions, what they mean, and how they can apply directly to your life. So when we're thinking about overall wellness and how we're feeling, how we're taking care of ourselves, our well-being, that is going to be affected by a lot of different factors in our life. That's why we have the dimensions of wellness. It helps us to better understand what is going to impact our general health and well-being on a daily basis. To start, pretty well known, we have our physical wellness. It has to do with our physical body and how it's feeling, whether that be from the food that we're putting into it, the exercise that we're doing or the physical activity. Maybe our sleep is impacting that, our water intake. It is affected by, if we get sick, if we're not feeling good. All of those factors play a role in our physical wellness, which can then play a role in all of the other dimensions of wellness. Along with physical wellness, we have our emotional wellness, and that has to do with more of the mental health side of things. How are we doing emotionally? How are we feeling? And how are those feelings and emotions impacting the other dimensions of wellness? So maybe you wake up one morning and it's gloomy outside, it's cold, you didn't sleep very well. Maybe you had a really stressful day the day before and you're just feeling kind of emotionally run down. Then maybe at that point in time you have a low level of emotional wellness and you're starting to feel the impacts of that. So along with physical and emotional wellness, we have our intellectual wellness. That has to do with our brain, using it, thinking critically, reading, whether that be for pleasure or for school, challenging our thought processes, and that comes a lot with schoolwork, right? We have to sit down and critically think and apply the things that we're learning. So intellectual wellness is a big part of school. We also have environmental wellness, and that is the things that are around us that impact how we're feeling. Our environment, where do we live? More specifically, what do we live in? A house, an apartment, who do we live with? Where do we live in terms of like your state, your city? Maybe you live out in the country. So our environment can play a big role in our wellness. We also have occupational wellness, which has to do with your job. Maybe you're working part-time right now, or this can apply even further when you get out of college and into your first occupation. How we feel at our job, the purpose we get from our job, the responsibilities that weigh on us at our job, those are all things that can impact our occupational wellness. So with that, what I'd like to make a point of here is that they are all connected. We don't think of the dimensions of wellness as individual things, but rather just a circle. They're all in there together, and they're all going to impact each other. Sometimes we might have a bad day emotionally, and we start to feel that physically. Maybe it starts to affect our job or our work, or our ability to critically think, which is our intellectual wellness. Or maybe the opposite of that. You get sick, you don't feel good physically, your health is run down. That's going to impact your emotions, how you're feeling. Probably not feeling super great, feeling super motivated. That might impact your schoolwork, that might impact your job, etc. So our wellness is very interconnected within these different dimensions. And it's a very complex subject, right? One thing can greatly impact other areas of our life and vice versa. So my thought to you, my challenge to you, as you move forward through the rest of this week and into the rest of your college career and beyond, is to really get in touch with each of those dimensions of wellness and really pay attention to how they affect each other within your life because everybody is different. So over these next few days, pay a little more attention to your emotions. How are you feeling physically? How are you performing in your school work? How are you performing in your work if you do have a job? To start to pay a little bit more attention, you could even take up journaling to journal your thoughts, or you could just be aware of it, think about it. And then maybe try and pick one small area of those dimensions of wellness. It could be in your physical wellness, it could be in your emotional wellness, it could be occupational, intellectual. Pick one small area, make it small, and try to come up with a small goal for yourself to work towards to improve your overall wellness. If we start to make little changes in even one dimension of wellness, we can start to see really positive impacts in all areas of our wellness. So maybe your small goal is just for the next 5 days, I want to drink X amount of water. Or for the next 5 days, I want to go for a walk for 10 minutes each day. Or maybe on the emotional side, for the next 5 days, I want to meditate for 5 minutes each morning. Maybe it has to do with more intellectual. For the next 5 days, I want to pick a book of my choosing and read that book for 30 minutes each day. So give yourself a small goal, something that is realistic, that you can actually achieve. You don't need to make it a big daunting task. It can be very small. Small changes are good. And then just start to notice how that impacts your overall wellness. All right, those are my thoughts on Wellness Wednesday. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your grad week and keep working hard. Take care of yourselves. Have a good day.